What if serenity wasn't beige? What if peace glowed? Out beyond the noise, past the last gas station, where the pavement turns to gravel and the air feels a little slower, there's a stretch of open land that breathes in silence. A place where the stars still show up for work. Nothing stirs until it does. Because on the edge of that stillness, something glows. Not harsh, not loud. A soft, rhythmic shimmer, like the house is exhaling. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because it's a simple way to show your love for these incredible designs. It rises from the earth like memory, barn-shaped, familiar, but not what you remember. Metal meets wood, tradition meets rebellion, and right in the bones of it all, a soft pulse. Not electricity, not quite. More like intention, made visible. This is not just a house. It's not even just design. It's a paradox dressed in timber and light. Minimalism, but not the cold kind. Stillness, but not silence. A home that doesn't just hold you, it awakens you. This is Neon Zen, and it doesn't follow the rules. It listens to your heartbeat, then whispers back in color. So tonight we begin a story of two dreamers, a forgotten barn, and the question that changed everything. What if a home could glow with calm? They say trends move in circles, but some are born from longing. In the age of overwhelm, scrolls, screens, speed, we began to crave what we once left behind. Not noise, not scale, but space. Breathable, honest, real. That's how the Barndominium found its way back into our story. Part farmhouse, part modern soul. It rose from the bones of old barns and open skies, where the ceilings stretch high enough for dreams, and the walls remember simpler times. We share new content regularly to help you create spaces you love, so don't forget to subscribe. At first, it was all about practicality. Metal siding, open plans, big kitchens, a return to warmth and function. But that wasn't enough anymore, because a new kind of hunger was growing. Not just for shelter, but for meaning. Not just beauty, but balance. Enter a new breed. Not rustic, not industrial, something else. A place where mindfulness isn't minimalist. Where design doesn't fade into the background, but gently glows with presence. Neon Zen, a house that hums with stillness, that radiates a quiet energy, not loud, but luminous. It's not a style. It's a state of mind, a rebellion against the dullness of beige calm, a reminder that peace can have color, that simplicity doesn't have to be silent. And so, the Barndominium evolved, not into something louder, but into something truer, a place where the lines are clean. But the emotions? They shimmer. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means to me, and it helps keep the design ideas coming your way. From a distance, it looks almost ordinary, barn-shaped, familiar, a silhouette you might mistake for something older, simpler, forgotten. But take one step closer, and it begins to shift. Charcoal-stained timber, deep, moody, textured like storm clouds, held in wood grain. Framing in dark metal, crisp and minimal, anchoring the form with quiet confidence. No gloss, no flash, just depth. Then, the light. It doesn't come all at once. It breathes in slowly, through cedar slats, softened and warm, like dusk slipping through forest branches. Blush, cyan, amber. Colors not chosen from a catalog, but drawn from the sky just after the sun lets go. Neon strips live in the seams, not as decoration, but as heartbeat, running along the edges like veins of memory. You don't see them at first. You feel them. And at the base of it all, tucked just beside the entry, a koi pond, long, quiet glass still. But when the house glows, it glows back. Ripples catch the light and scatter it. A meditation in motion. If you love this type of look, hit that subscribe button to help us create more videos. And let us know in the comments what you'd love to see in future videos. No spotlight, no statement, just an invitation. It doesn't scream, it shimmers. compared to the neighboring homes, brick, square, proud in their tradition. This one feels like it doesn't want to be noticed. But once you do, you can't look away. It's not trying to belong. It's trying to be. A structure not meant to dominate the landscape, but to breathe with it. Step inside and everything softens. The air feels slower here. The kind of quiet that doesn't feel empty, it feels alive. Open space stretches before you, uncluttered but never cold. Soft concrete underfoot, cool, grounding, honest. Above, bamboo ceilings rise gently, their grain whispering calm. Walls and raw plaster, textured like time itself. Nothing polished, nothing performative, just presence. But then the light. It doesn't announce itself. It emerges. Under the floating stairs, a faint neon violet hum, like a dream humming at the edge of sleep. It flickers as you move, not like motion sensor tech, but like awareness. In the bathroom, the mirror doesn't just reflect. It glows, edged in aqua light that kisses your face in the early hours, making you look like you belong exactly where you are. And the bedroom. The headboard isn't just wood or fabric, it's onyx. Backlit in warm amber, like a slow-burning ember that never dies out. It doesn't illuminate. It embraces. Here, the lighting isn't just functional. It's feeling. Mood reactive, breath responsive. Not to impress, but to attune. The house doesn't follow commands. It listens. Soft amber when the rain begins. Pale blue when the tension rises. A gentle pink when you breathe deeply enough to remember that you're alive. This isn't about smart homes. This is about soulful ones. Because peace, real peace, isn't the absence of noise. It's the presence of harmony. And in this space, every beam, every light, every echo is tuned to the quiet rhythm of simply being. Zen, in its oldest form, was about stillness, neutral tones, empty space. A home designed not to pull your attention, but to free it. But Ella and Jay didn't want to disappear into quiet. They wanted to feel it, to let the stillness speak back. So they kept the soul of Zen, the simplicity, the flow, the respect for breath and negative space, but gave it a pulse. Here, color is not noise. It's awareness, a mindful presence placed with care. Shoji-style sliding doors mark the passage between rooms. But look closer. The paper has been replaced with translucent glass, tinted in a soft gradient from lavender to rose. When morning light passes through, the hallway becomes a slow sunrise. In the tea room, the wall speaks. Not with volume, with light. A strip of neon calligraphy glows just above the floorboards, shifting daily. A new phrase, a new invitation. Today it says, stay curious. Yesterday it said, be where your feet are. Nothing is random. Every element is a choice. Not to decorate, but to guide. This is not minimalism that strips everything away. This is minimalism that leaves only what matters, instead of hiding from the world. They built a world worth noticing. One that invites pause. One that rewards attention. One that says, you don't need more to feel more. You just need to see what's already here. As the sun begins to slip behind the hills, the house doesn't go dark. It transforms. Not like a switch flipped, not like a spectacle, but like a living thing, settling into itself. The hues shift slowly, almost imperceptibly, as if the house is exhaling after a long, quiet breath. Soft lavender begins to bloom in the meditation nook, a color not chosen, but felt. The kind of shade that wraps around you, whispering, you're safe now. Just beyond the cedar slats, the outdoor bath begins to glow, a coral warmth, delicate and low, like the embers of a sun that refuses to fully let go. Water reflects the colors back into the sky, and for a moment, it's hard to tell where the house ends and the horizon begins. Then, almost on cue, the fire pit comes alive. No button, no matches, just temperature and time, meeting in quiet agreement. Flames rise, slow, steady, casting long, stretching shadows that sway like memory. Not bright enough to command attention, just enough to keep you company. Everything here responds, not to commands, but to rhythm. Light, heat, color, all gently attuned to the world outside.